is that it's very physical. It's not filing paperwork. It's not making phone calls.
That is
not.
good.
It's not putting on your customer voice. It's like fucking gritting through a difficult fucking challenge with your crew. You know.
Yeah, and it's that
Like
physical's good.
I have like a fucking a sore shoulder. I have like a sore fucking knee. I'm pulling like we're pulling wire, so like these huge fucking coiled python ass snakes of heavy fucking industrial wire that I have to pull off a spool the size of this shed by myself, like pulling like hundreds and hundreds of pounds, walking down these long workways, and like like if you walk backwards pulling something that gets increasingly heavy because more of it's off the spool, it's like my quads are bursting, but I like that because I am getting physical activity. I go home every night like physically exhausted, like I worked physically hard that day, and I prefer that 10-1 to the office jobs I've had in the past, where you have all this pent up energy that never gets expelled because you're sitting at your desk for 8 hours a day. And in corporate environments, you begin to use your HR or your customer service voice with your coworkers. There's like an artificiality in corporate white collar environments, even between you and your coworkers. Maybe you have one or two coworkers that you can like totally kind of just be yourself and talk shit and all that.
Yeah.
But I noticed that in those jobs, a lot of the people you interact with, you do a layer of this sort of like, it's kind of like a soft version of code switching, where you switch to this this PR, customer service voice and dynamic, where you don't want to say anything that'll upset the apple cart too much, or you don't want to come across as anything more than basically anodyne in this interaction. But obviously on this job side, it's like if I was talking to you.
Right.
Like it is just like talking shit, fucking around, being 100% yourself as you're doing these tasks. So.
Right. There's some good toxic masculinity.
Yeah,
but honestly,
it is toxic. It's locker room.
Boys, it's boys. But,
boy, me and boy.
And I imagine when you're pulling that spool, you're just like, your quads are just blaring. You're just like, oh, but this will help crypto.
Yeah, dude, anything for the crypt.
But it is. And the funny thing is that there is a bunch of stuff online you'll see about this, because it is not only the stupid, disingenuous talk of corporate speak, but it's also the neurotic needling through of what people actually mean and stuff. Because there's all those jokes like, as per my last email.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
really
exactly.
means like, fuck you. And,
I hope this finds you well.
Yeah, and you're just like, or exclamation point.
I'm going to kill myself.
I know, but you have all that stuff. And then some people, you're not even sure where people are at, because like some people just say it. Some people, like you, it's like when you get too involved in text messaging when you're trying to decode it. Like, what did they really mean by that? Why'd they say good with just a period, no explanation point? Like, that's just like, that's the symptoms of just like being around like such a just disingenuous environment. And I can imagine why people, like, have you ever been in a job, and this sounds really mean and stupid, and they may be the happy one, so I might be the stupid one, but have you ever been around a job where there's a person that like really believes in like the company, and you're like, you fucking rube. Like, they're not going to help you. If you got injured and they could find a loophole to not pay you for anything, they would fuck you over. And like, you believe in the message. Oh my God, this person actually does. They're drinking the Kool-Aid or whatever. And then sometimes I go, maybe you just have to do that. Like, if you're going to be that involved.
I think there's a cost to your soul to do that.
I know, but I mean, for some people, maybe they have to, like, if you spend this much time and you're someone who's involved with being like a part, like a cheerleader of the company, like that's part of your job. Like you have to like try to brainwash yourself in this way, because like how else could you do it? Like how else could
Here's another good thing about the union.
Thanks for interrupting.
You're finishing that point?
No.
Okay, you son of a bitch. The union, they have words for that. There's a hostility to that. And I talked about it on a Patreon, but some of the people here won't have heard it, where I talked about the jargon at the union work site. One of the jargon is a worm. A worm is somebody who kisses ass to the contractor, to the company who hires, the union workers, in hopes that they'll hold on to you if there's a layoff, or that they'll, promote you within their company. And by doing that, you are basically choosing the company, the boss, over the union. You're sort of debasing yourself, and so you are called a worm, or they'll be like, that's a wormy thing to do. And another version of that is a shop rocket. You get called a shop rocket if you are somebody that has too much loyalty to the shop. Like, that guy's a fucking rocket. That guy's just trying to move up in the contractor company. He's not a brother. which means like you're not on the union side. You're looking out for yourself. You're trying to climb up the ladder in the company, and by so doing, you're sort of like, yeah, you're being a worm, you know?
Dude, you're a wormy rocket.
Yeah,
let us brothers suck your wormy rocket, bro.
Shop rocket or worm.
Shop rocket, drop it, or whatever.
Another term that I didn't get to talk about in the other episode is a Patreon episode where I went through a bunch of these jargon terms that you got to learn. My favorite one is bird dogging.
Bird dogging.
It's when your foreman comes. You haven't. It's
Yeah.
it's when your foreman comes over, and a bird dog. They point in the field. Like if you're going bird hunting,
Yeah,
the dogs
I know
sit
what
there
this
and they
means.
point. Yeah, and so
I've been in the union for 20 years.
oh my god, really? So yeah, the foreman comes around, and this is not a boss, right? This is still a union brother or sister, but they're running the crew. So they're not on their tools. They're watching and then kind of dictating the project and overseeing it. But if they come over and they watch you while you work, then everybody will immediately start, hey dude, quit fucking bird dogging. He's over here bird dogging. Oh, here comes the bird dog. And it pushes back against the foreman, and the foreman have to decide how to deal with it, because it is said in like a jokey manner, but it's also deadly serious. Like, you are bird dogging, and we don't like that. So yeah, terms like that are fun, and like there's a whole slang. Okay, don't write me letters during the podcast, all right? He wrote me that note and passed a note during this podcast, and I can't read it because we would get canceled.